Okay, hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to my channel. My name is Hope if you're new, and I'm super excited that you're joining me today. I've gotten so many questions about what my journal is and how I use it, and so I thought we would go through and just do a little flip through of it today. The journal style I use is called a traveler's journal. There are a bunch of options out there. This specific brand is called Voyager. I did get it off of Amazon, and I believe it was under $20, which did include most of the inserts that I'm going to show you guys inside. I also wanted to show you guys the pens that I do use for this journal. These are ones that I found that have just worked the best for me, and I definitely would recommend them. So I'm going to kind of collect everything that I recommend and link it down in the description for you. So if you want to check that out, you definitely can. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Like I said, this is a traveler style journal. I got it in this blue color, which I think typically it normally comes in like a leathery brown type color, but I really just love the color of it, so that is why I ended up going with this specific brand. Now these journals work by having an elastic that is run through this cover of the journal, and then it kind of just combines all of the inserts that you put inside of it. It's all controlled by this little thing here, and you can kind of see the elasticity of this is pretty strong, so you can kind of make it expand more or less depending on how much you are going to store inside of it. I'm going to walk you guys through what I have inside, how I set it up, and really just kind of give you guys some details on why I think it's a really efficient and practical journal. On the front of my journal, I do have these little pins of places that I've gone hiking recently. I thought it'd be a fun way to just decorate the front cover and also kind of keep a little memory log of everywhere I've been. So I have one from Zion National Park and then another one from Cathedral Rock in Sedona. And hopefully I'll be able to add more this year. I really like the look of it, and I'm thinking I'll probably eventually just trail them around randomly to give it a pretty lived-in kind of look. Now, when you open up the journal, you are going to see one of the first inserts that I use, and it's probably the one that I use the most often. We will talk about pens in a minute, but when you first open up this page, you are going to see my zipper folder. This folder is where I keep everything that I am thinking about using in my journal. If I go somewhere and I get like a receipt or something and I want to put it in my journal eventually, I'll stick it in here. You can kind of see that I just have a bunch of random stuff in here. I have a straw wrapper that I'm going to journal. I have one of those like little apple stickers. I have a doily from something. And I also have these little sticky tabs in here, which are perfect for annotating or doing anything like that. So I keep them in there just for safekeeping. But having this pocket was so helpful. If you've ever had a typical journal in the past, you know that in the back section of the journal, there's usually like a little pocket sleeve where you're able to store just random papers and stuff. And if you're anything like me and you do things like junk journaling and scrapbooking, then you know that those back pages tend to get super full really fast. So this has been an awesome addition to my journal. I really like that it's in the front so I can quickly just throw things in there. This journal is a pretty good size. This is my hand for reference. It does fit in most of my purses and bags. So what I do really like is that I'm able to drop in anything I pick up for memory keeping inside of this little folder, and I know I'm not going to lose it or anything. That is the first section of my traveler's journal. This zipper pouch did come with the journal I got. I know that a lot of journals do come with like little starter packs for them, and that was just what was included in mine. And then the next thing I have in here is my memory keeping journal or my dump journal. If you're a really sentimental person, then you might get where I'm coming from, but I save all sorts of things, from napkins from places, I do doodles on them, I'll, save receipts and stuff like that. And so something I really like to do is just have a journal that's dedicated to keeping all my memories inside of it. And so I did decorate the front of mine just using stickers from places I've been, but also just like random decorative stickers. I've got some fortunes on here and then some little things from like a tea bag, and I just thought it was a cute way to intro my journal. The best part about this style of journal to me is the fact that all of these are inserts. And when I say that, what I mean is that these are going to be journals that I fill up and then take out and then insert a new one into. The benefit of that to me is that I don't have to ever change the actual journal that I'm carrying around with me. All I have to do is change out these inserts. I don't exactly remember how many pages are in this, but I can definitely leave a little memo in the description if you were interested in knowing that. But for reference, that's about how much I've used in it already, and this is about how much I have left. And I really like this format of journaling because it does allow me to feel like I have a fresh start more often. I don't know if you guys relate to this at all, but I'm definitely somebody who really enjoys starting a new journal. There's something about it that just feels really fresh and new, but filling up a traditional journal can take a long time. Like for example, this is one that I've been using in the past. And filling up all this takes some time. And so sometimes you crave a little bit of a fresh start, but you can't always, get one because you're already working on a journal. So I feel like this is a really happy medium of being able to create and journal in the way that you're used to, but then also know that once you run out of pages, you can literally just take it right out of your journal and enter in a new one. I will take this apart in a second and show you guys how I set it up, because there are ways to like connect the books and strands to make it all kind of sit together. So we'll do that in a second. But the next thing I have in between my two journals is my planner. This is my daily planner. It is a Hobonichi Techno Weeks. It is actually my first year using it, and I absolutely love it. I love that it fits so perfectly into my journal. I feel like it's just the perfect addition to being able to keep track of my to-do list and then also memory keeping, like all in one. So I really, really love that, and I think I did a more in-depth like planner walkthrough a few videos ago. I'll link it in the cards if you're interested in checking that out. But I do keep my planner in the middle of my two journals. And then finally, my last journal in here is my work journal. I will typically take those little sticky notes and put them in here whenever I'm planning out videos or doing anything involving like the whole creative process. And so this is the journal that I store all my ideas in. I'll do, storyboards in here, brainstorm content, and anything in that realm. So I have my planning stage, filming, I have editing, and then also scheduled. And then on the final page, I also have posted, which I eventually just kind of fill up and remove as needed. The journal inserts that you can get for your traveler's journal are honestly so versatile. This is one of them. This is like a blank page one. And then earlier I did show you guys that I do also have like a graph paper one. Obviously they also have lined paper, and then I also believe they have like the dotted one that you would see in a typical bullet journal. And I really, really love that because it does give me some options when I am kind of on the go with my journal. Typically, if I were to bring a regular journal out with me, I would kind of be pretty limited in terms of the paper I had to use. So if I brought a dotted journal with me, I would pretty much only be able to use dotted journal pages for that entire time. This really gives you flexibility to be able to use blank pages. You could add an additional insert if you wanted that maybe has like grids or dots or lines or anything like that. I find that my happy medium for journaling is to have a graph paper for memory keeping, my planner, and then like a blank page one for my work. I just think it's the easiest way for me to keep everything organized, and I don't ever find myself needing or wanting lined paper that much. And then when you flip over that final insert, you will see that I have one of those just like pocket pages in the back here. This pocket page is actually connected to the first page we looked at, that zipper pouch, which I'll show you in a second. But this is perfect for storing any bigger pieces that either don't fit in the zipper pouch, or maybe I just want them back here since I'm not going to use them as often. That is what I have back here. I also keep one of these little clips to kind of hold my journal open whenever I'm working on it. Because the traveler's journal can get kind of thick when you look at all the stuff you have going on in there, I think it can be really convenient to have one of these clips just to hold everything open. So I just keep that on the back, and it also helps keep this in place so it doesn't move around that much. Okay, that is everything that I keep inside of my traveler's journal. Let me show you guys how to assemble it in case you are interested in getting one yourself. I know it was a bit confusing for me at first, so I think that showing you a little how-to version of it might be kind of helpful. That elastic that I was talking to you guys about is going to go in between all of the inserts that you add into your journal. So let's take that planner out, and then I'll show you guys this one. As you can see, this one also has an elastic in it, but for a little bit different of a purpose. And the final one. Whenever you buy a traveler's journal, you are going to be given these little elastics. These are the glue that holds everything together. You are going to set up your traveler's journal in a few different ways, but this is pretty much going to be the backbone of every single one of them. Let me take this one off too. Okay, so this is the base of your journal. This is just like the outer layer. This is what keeps everything all together. And when you open it up inside, you're gonna see that you have these elastic bands that are kind of woven throughout the cover. You're gonna take this big band and put whatever you want to keep in the front down first. So I'm gonna take my little zipper pouch file combo thing and place it in first because I know that I want my zipper pouch at the beginning. Once you have that in, go ahead and just leave this elastic pretty loose because we are gonna be adding in other journals and stuff like that, so it just makes it easier to put them all through. You can stick that to the side and then grab one of your loose elastics that you have left over. I do want to reference that you are able to purchase more of these if you want to add more and more journals in. I personally have found that 2 journals is perfect for me, so 1 has pretty much been all I needed. You are going to open up to the middle of your journal, whatever page that might be. For me, it's a little sticker dump of a bunch of stickers I used to collect when I was little. I found a bunch of stickers that I had in a box from when I was maybe like 10 to 13, and I just kind of put them all in here since I thought it'd be a cute way to save them and keep them like in my memory. Anyways, go ahead and open up your journal to the middle page. Take that elastic and place it in the center. If you have the appropriate size, it's going to feel kind of snug, which is exactly what you want. Now, once you have that, go ahead and close it, and you'll see that the elastic is now aligned on like the spine of one of the notebooks. Grab your other notebook and again, open up to the middle page. Once you've found that, you're going to go ahead and loop this second notebook through the elastic that's on the spine of your original notebook. Go ahead and just pull that down until it reaches the center of your second notebook. Once you close that, you're going to see that they are now kind of combined at their centers. Grab your cover and go ahead and just stick this through the center elastic that you have in the middle. You're pretty much going to repeat that process with any of the additional journals that you want to add in. So for example, if you want to add an additional 2 journals, you can go ahead and just combine them and then loop them through the center elastic. Let's say you have an odd number of inserts that you want to add in. So for me, the last one I have to add in is my planner. There's nothing I really want to combine this with. I just want to put it in the center of my 2 journals. So what I'm going to do is find the middle of my planner, and then I'm going to slide it into this middle elastic. Here's where you can really see it all come together. You can see that all of the journals are now in place, and now all that's left to do is secure them. To tighten up this elastic and secure all of your inserts in place, all you're going to do is go to the little thing that seals your journal shut, and you're just going to pull it. And everything is now officially all combined. I think when I first saw somebody set one of these up, I was super confused as to how they did it, but really doing it yourself makes it super easy to understand, and you really only have to do it once and then you've pretty much got it from there. But that is what I keep inside of my traveler's journal, and that's also how you kind of set it up when you're first getting started. I take this thing everywhere with me, and I love how convenient and portable they are. If I am traveling anywhere with my journal, there are usually 3 different writing utensils that I'll bring along with me. Here they are. So all 3 of these serve kind of a little bit of a different purpose. This first pen is from the brand Zebra. It is the 0.7mm one. I love how this pen writes so much. It feels so fluid and just so easy to like glide across the paper with. So I use this one a lot for gratitude journaling or just doing any sort of like memory keeping. If I know I'm going to be writing a lot, then this is going to be the pen that I'm going to use. The other pen I keep with me is this one. This is the Uni Jetstream pen, and I like this one for a couple of reasons. Number one, the tip on this pen is so incredibly small. I don't remember exactly how small it is, but it is probably the thinnest one I've ever written with. And it is so perfect, especially if you have a journal like the Hobonichi one that I showed you guys. That planner has really thin paper, and it also doesn't have a ton of room to write. The pages are pretty narrow, and so I find that having a really fine tip pen makes it really easy to work with. I also really like that this pen has 3 different colors. It has black, red, and blue, and it's honestly just perfect if you're doing any sort of annotating with it. And finally, the last thing I keep with me is this pastel highlighter. If you're somebody who just wants a little gentle accent of color and not like an overwhelming neon yellow or pink, then I think that these are definitely going to be for you. I use this for highlighting main points and then also doing some scheduling in my planner, and it's just the perfect shade of like a light green blue. I also really like that they kind of match and go together, so that was just a little added bonus. But yeah, those are the 3 pens I bring with me. Typically, I will take this pen and slide it onto the side like that, and then these 2 pens will go inside of the zipper pouch, and I just kind of store them in there until I need them. But that is everything I keep inside of my traveler's journal. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe if you're new. I post new videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, so you can tune back in then for some new content. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.